Good morning, students. Welcome to Bindu Dhadwal chemistry lessons. We are doing redox reactions. In our previous video, we studied how to balance a redox reaction by oxidation number method. Today, we'll take up the second method, the half reaction method. So, in this method, the two half equations are balanced separately and then added together to give balanced equation. So let us take an example to balance a redox reaction. So let us balance the equation showing oxidation of ferrous ion to ferric ions by dichromate ions in acidic medium. So dichromate ions are reduced to chromium ions. So the following steps are involved in this task. Step 1 is to write down the unbalanced redox reaction in ionic form. So here we see that ferrous is converted to ferric, so ferrous, and it is converted by dichromate ions, so we write ferrous ions plus dichromate ions into ferric ions and chromium ions. So Fe2 plus Cr2O7 2 negative forms Fe3 plus Cr3 positive. Now in this reaction, there is an increase in oxidation number of ferrous from +2 to +3. So increase in oxidation number means it's undergoing oxidation. So we will write this half of this equation separately. So this is the oxidation half reaction. Ferrous changes to ferric. And similarly, chromium oxidation number changes from +6 to +3 for each atom. So this is decrease in oxidation number or this is reduction. So we write the reduction half reaction separately. Dichromate ions change to chromium ions. Now we are going to balance them separately. To balance the oxidation half reaction, we will balance first the number of atoms. So there is one atom on either side, it's already balanced. For dichromate, there are 2 chromium atoms here, so we multiply this side with 2. So we get Cr2O7 2 negative changes to 2 chromium ions. Next, to balance the number of oxygen atoms, we will add equal number of water molecules to side deficient in oxygen atoms. So we add 7 water over here. So what we get is Cr2O7 will form 2 Cr3 positive plus 7 water. Now, to balance the number of hydrogen atoms, we will add equal number of H plus ions to the side deficient in hydrogen ions because this reaction is taking place in acidic medium. So in acidic medium, we will add hydrogen ions. The rules are separate for acidic medium and basic medium. For acidic medium, we will add hydrogen ions to the side lacking in hydrogen ions after we have added water to the other end. So equation becomes dichromate ions plus 14 H plus ions forms chromium ions and 7 water. Now the number of atoms of chromium, oxygen and hydrogen are balanced. Next is to balance the charges. So let's see. Here there are 2 positive charges. Here there are 3 positive charges. To balance the charges, we will add number of electrons. So if we add 1 electron here, the number of positive charges on right hand side will become 2, which is there on left hand side also. So this equation will become ferrous ion 2 plus gives ferric ions plus 1 electron. And for dichromate ions, there are 2 negative and 14 positive charges. That is, there are 12 positive charges on left hand side. Whereas there are 6 positive charges on right hand side. So if we add 6 electrons on left hand side, then 12 positive plus 6 negative means 6 positive. So there will be 6 positive charges on both left and right hand side. So we add 6 electrons on left hand side. Now we have balanced the charges in the two half reactions, but we have to make the number of electrons equal. To make this also 6, we multiply the whole equation with 6. So we get 6 ferrous gives 6 ferric plus 6 electrons, and here we have 6 electrons. After multiplying this equation with 6 and making the number of electrons equal, next step is to add the two equations. So we add the reduction half reaction and the oxidation half reaction together. So now we get 6 ferrous plus dichromate ions plus 14 hydrogen ions will give 6 ferric plus 2 chromium ions plus 7 water, and the 6 electrons will get cancelled out on adding. So we get 6 ferrous plus dichromate ion plus 14H plus gives 6 ferric plus 7 water. Now equation is balanced. We will just verify that the number of atoms, the charges are equal on both sides. So we have 6 iron, 2 chromium, 14H plus, 14 hydrogens, and 7 oxygens and 7 oxygens. And the number of charges are 6 into 2, 12 positive, 2 negative means 10 positive, and 14 positive means 24 positive on this side. And 6 threes are 18 and 6 24 positive. So we have 24 positive charges on both sides. So the equation is balanced. So we have verified that the equation contains the same type and number of atoms and same charges on both sides of equation. Let us take another reaction in a basic medium. So for the reaction in a basic medium, first balance the atoms as is done in acidic medium, and then for each H plus ion we add an equal number of hydroxide ions to both sides of equations. And then when hydrogen ions and hydroxide ions appear on the same side, then we add them to form water. So let's try it out. This is our reaction. Permanganate 7 ion MnO4 negative in basic solution oxidizes iodide ion I negative to produce molecular iodine and manganese 4 oxide. Write a balanced ionic equation to represent the redox reaction. So step 1 is to write the skeletal equation in ionic form. So we have MnO4 negative plus iodide ions forming MnO2 plus iodine. So we divide the equation into oxidation and reduction half reaction. For that, the oxidation number of manganese from plus 7 decreases to plus 4. So decrease in oxidation number is a reduction. So this is the reduction half reaction. So we separate MnO4 negative into MnO2 as reduction half reaction, and iodide from -1, its oxidation number increases to 0. There is an increase in +1. This is the oxidation half reaction. Now to balance the number of atoms, because there are 2 iodine on right hand side, we multiply this equation with 2. So we get 2 iodide here. And similarly in the reduction half reaction, we have MnO4 negative into MnO2, and oxidation number is +7 to +4. Next step is to balance the number of oxygen atoms. So to balance the number of oxygen, because there are 4 oxygen on this side and 2 oxygen on this side, to balance oxygen atoms we add 2 water here. Now there are 4 H plus ions, 4 H extra over here, 4 H deficient over here, so we add 4 H plus on this side. But this reaction is taking place in basic medium. So we should have hydroxide ions here. So we जितने भी हमारे पास हाइड्रोजन आयंस हैं उतने ही हाइड्रोक्साइड आयंस हम दोनों साइड ऐड कर लेंगे. So we add 4 hydroxide here and 4 hydroxide here. So what we get is, because H plus and OH negative ions are on the same side, we convert it into water. So what we get is MnO4 negative plus 4 water will form MnO2, and we already have 2 water and we have added 4 OH negative. So 4 water and 2 water. So on subtracting, we get 2 water here. So our equation is MnO4 negative plus 2 water will form MnO2 plus 4 OH negative. Now we will balance the charges on both the sides. So this is our equation, MnO4 negative plus 2 water, MnO2 plus 4 OH negative. There is 1 negative charge here. There are 4 negative charges here. To make this side 4, we add 3 electrons here. And similarly, there are 2 negative charges here. There is no negative charge here. To make it equal, we add 2 electrons here. So we have 2 iodide converting into iodine and 2 electrons. Number of charges is same. We have MnO4 negative plus 2 water plus 3 electrons forming MnO2 plus 4 OH negative. Now, the charges are balanced here. But to make the number of electrons equal, we multiply this equation with 3 to make it 6 and this equation with 2 to make it 6. And then, after adding the equations, after multiplying the equations with suitable numbers, we will add the 2 equations. So on multiplying, this equation becomes 6 iodide forms 3 iodine plus 6 electrons. And this equation becomes 2 permanganate ions plus 4 water plus 6 electrons gives 2 MnO2 plus 8 hydroxide ions. When we add, because electrons are on right hand side, here electrons are on left hand side, they cancel out. And on adding this, we get 6 iodide ions plus 2 permanganate ions plus 4 water will form 3 iodine plus 2 MnO2 plus 8 hydroxide ions. So this is our equation. Last step is to verify whether atoms and charges are equal or not. So 6 iodide, 6 iodine, 2 Mn, 2 Mn, 8 and 4, 12 oxygens, and 4 and 8, 12 oxygens, 8 hydrogens and 8 hydrogens. So the equation is verified. Then we have 8 negative charges and we had 8 negative charges. The charges are also verified. So the equation is balanced. So this was the balancing of redox reactions by half reaction method. I hope you have understood the method. Please practice it at home and try to solve balancing of redox reaction by this method on your own so that you master the art. That's all in today's video. Thank you. Have a nice day. If you like the video, please do share and subscribe.